Look at this, Gemini. I put my chicken nuggets on here and it literally burnt. You can see where all my chicken nuggets were. So I don't know if this has something to do with you or what, but I just noticed that I got marks on my table because of my hot chicken nuggets. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Gemini. Welcome to Spirit Space. I'm ClairV, and we're going to get right into your reading to see what you need to know about you in this Gemini season. And these readings are timeless, so whenever you find this, you're meant to hear this. Let's see. Oh, what do we have here? Silence. Silence. Gemini. And we have the Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck. We have the Page of Wands right here. Ooh, some hefty cards. See if I can get them all in the picture. Wow, you see the Empress in reverse behind this Ten of Pentacles? It's as if she is very uncomfortable. Perhaps this is you. The Page of Swords. Did I say the Page of Cups? This is the Page of Swords with the Ace of Cups in reverse underneath. So perhaps we're going through, it's like sad tears. Perhaps something got cut off, maybe having to do with love or a feeling of love. The aces are also about the self. This keeps wanting to be shown, wanting to be seen with the ace in here. Oh wow, we have all three pages. The Page of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. The only one we're missing is the Page of Cups. I don't know if I did accidentally say the Page of Cups, but perhaps this is what's missing. You know, the Page of Cups offers love, forgiveness, you know. Perhaps it's emotional immaturity that we're dealing with, you know, with the ace we're releasing. With the Page of Swords, this is using our intellect. You know, really, you see, he's like swaying back and forth, back and forth. He's like, oh, looking at this angle, and then looking at this angle, looking at this side, and looking at this side, being very logical here, you know, very analytical. He is debating. This could be an argument or some kind of debate. A healthy debate. You know, pages bring some kind of communication. They bring some kind of message. And this is a message of truth, perhaps. The page is thinking about it. All these cards are bringing a message. I heard they all bring some kind of message. They're all bringing a message. With the Page of Pentacles in reverse, with this Ten of Pentacles in reverse, you know, like I said, this Empress, this Queen, perhaps this is you in reverse. You know, like I said, she's uncomfortable. She is not in her element. Perhaps we're not grounded, or because of the lack of security, it's messing with our root chakra. You know, like I said, we're not comfortable. Perhaps since she's in reverse on top of the Devil, it's as if she's in some kind of toxic situation. Perhaps that's why the Ace of Cups is in reverse. Like, hey, detox or release. Yes, both the Queen and the Ace of Cups is in reverse. With the Ten of Cups in reverse, this is immense sadness. Wow, this is real, getting heavy. Gemini, this is a very sad time. With the 5, we're going through massive changes, perhaps being left out in the cold. You know, with the 10, This is telling us it's almost ending. We're going to need strength to get through this devil. We're going to have to release something, perhaps all of our comfort, everything that we knew. We're going to and perhaps this is breaking some kind of cycles, you know, having to do with security and relationships, or perhaps the security in relationships. They're not separate. You know, like I said, this queen is uncomfortable. She's not in her comfortable pillow. She's outside with no shoes, you know, broken, hurt, and perhaps it's not alone. Perhaps we are in some kind of codependency, you know, we're relying on somebody else. You know, this is the Empress in reverse, where she's dropping the baby, she's uncomfortable, she is not celebrating herself, perhaps she's looking outside of herself. You know, this is really telling us to celebrate ourselves, perhaps celebrate the fact that we are in this uncomfortable period, that we need silence. Perhaps silence is needed in this time where the page, this is a loss. Perhaps we just got it and we lost it. You know, page is new, we're learning new things, but perhaps we're learning how to release this, or this is a lesson learned. Maybe we did learn a lesson in here. He's looking towards the devil, like perhaps releasing something toxic, or, you know, maybe it's saying give it to the devil. You know, they say give it to God, or maybe he's giving it to the devil. I don't know. He's holding up some kind of symbol for protection or whatever this is. But this is instant gratification. Perhaps we're doing something for instant gratification, and this is breaking some kind of cycles with that, because we're uncomfortable out in the cold. We need strength. Perhaps we're trying to bite our tongue. There was a reading, you know, with the lion here, the angels pushing her mouth closed, like, hey, let's keep this, bite your tongue, keep this shut, keep this hush hush. You know, we do have silence here, so perhaps we do have to be silent while in this Five of Pentacles, like when we're out in the cold. Perhaps being silent will give us our strength, will give us this. And I see the lemon skate here, the infinity sign. It's as if we're breaking cycles, making new cycles. You know, she gains some kind of confidence or integrity here after coming from the devil and being in this loss and alone. It's not even that we're alone. It's as if we have people, perhaps we're codependent. Maybe we are alone. Let me know in the comments. But it requires a great amount of strength, confidence, and I heard silence to come from this devil, from this page to this Ten of Wands. You know, he's almost there. You know, the Ten of Wands, he has a lot to carry. This is carrying a big bunch, and another 10. We have all the 10s. The only 10 we didn't have is the 10 of Swords, which that's this hurt. It's like we've been stabbed in the back. We've been wronged. Perhaps this is why this is like, okay, well, this is a new idea and we're going to run with it, because, you know, we're cutting off anything that doesn't serve us. If it makes us uncomfortable, we're cutting it off. If it makes us unhappy, we're cutting it off. We're being this Page of Wands, and he's setting out on a new road. He's setting out on this new road with his new wand. Perhaps this is new sexual energy. This is new passion. He's looking at this like, wow, this is going to take me far. This is going to take me here, 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 and here. He knows the way to go, and he knows how to get there. And he knows, it's as if he has full confidence. Like I said, this is this Leo energy where we're bursting off with bravery. And, you know, he's coming from this new idea, this debate, onto this new way. Perhaps it's a new way in silence, sparkling in silence. Okay, Gemini, maybe demigod, something like this. But let's see some more information. Let's see about this. It almost seems like it's destined, especially with the Strength and the Devil right next to each other, is strong desire. strong desire and like almost like boastfulness in a sense. Like it's like I hear true faith, or perhaps this is predestined. Let's see what these tarot cards say. I know that this is definitely an ending. Now I have the switch tarot. We have both of the tens on the corner, both of the pages on these corners. So it's as if there's a message of newness, of dropping something old with having to do with insecurity, or breaking these cycles of carrying heaviness. You know, it's, I heard the weight of the world. And oh my God, look, my devil card is splitting in half. I'm going to have to tape this. Look at this. It's literally ripping. So perhaps we're ripping the devil in half. And this isn't the devil. You know, this is the devil card. But this is the switch tarot. You know, we have the Fool in place of the devil. So we almost have this, like I said, it's almost like destined, or, you know, the Fool is like this, having faith, you know, having faith in this. It's almost like having faith in the toxic things, or in the darkest times, or, you know, even with such delusion or pollution or illusion, delusion, it's as if the Fool has some kind of naivete, almost like the Page of Wands, whereas if he has the utmost faith and like gone out to want to see the positivity, it's like he can't see, he sees all possibilities, like nothing is impossible here. It's like no lower can we go, or however low we go, it doesn't matter. It's as if we have this youthfulness in us, and perhaps it is toxic, or it comes from this, but it's ripping in half, and I see the doll going away without his armor. It says if he broke away from the chain. You know, he's no longer chained, this dog. So perhaps our intuition is no longer chained to something toxic, or, you know, the dog signifies the intuition of pure thought to me. And it's as if it's no longer chained. Or maybe it is chained. Let's see. For Gemini, more information about this. For Gemini. Wow, you are the only one. And there is the Seven of Swords in the Seven of Cups background. And this is almost, I see like the shadow parts of ourselves, or, you know, how we have like the devil, how I was saying, they're dark, the deepest, darkest. It's almost like we see to either extremes, you know, with the Gemini energy. Here's your card with the Lovers, with the two, you know. We can go one way, and we can go the total opposite way, the even extremes. And look what we have here. The Queen of Wands with as the freaking Empress in reverse. The Lovers with the Judgment here, right on top of the Empress in reverse, and the Devil with the Queen of Cups as the Strength on top of the Strength. And we were talking about that. The Queen of Cups is right behind the Ten of Cups in reverse here, in reverse. With this, you know, she popped the top here. She popped the top here, but after going through this, it's as if with this devil, she went through this loss and through the devil and gained some kind of strength. You know, she's still in reverse here. Perhaps this is the guidance. Let's see. Let's start with the Judgment here. See what's going on with this loss. Like I said, it's almost like destined. Perhaps it's as if we're getting a second chance, or, you know, with the Lovers, this is a choice. This is the Lovers with the Judgment here. So it's as if we're at a crossroads, having to make some kind of choice, perhaps regarding love. Maybe this is a new love, and we're getting some kind of, like I said, it's like predetermined, predestined, or like the will of God. You know, this is the angels coming down with the sun, and there's he's blowing the flute, giving some kind of message, trying to warn or trying to signal, you know, when the trumpets they go, what's that song? And look, she's playing the flute too. So perhaps this music will help us with the masculine and the feminine. I heard the Merkaba. And this is the judgment. It's as if we're coming out of this choice or out of this love into, it's like we're resurrecting into some kind of happier place, you know, that we're going from this Ten of Pentacles to the Page of Wands. And the World was right behind the Lovers, which the World is the last of the major arcana. Like I said, we're coming to some kind of endings, right? Now, this World is, you see the Hangman figure here, being enlightened with the moon creatures in the background. So it's as if there is still something unknown. There's still something hidden. Perhaps this is fear. You know, these two were right over the devil and the high priestess. So perhaps what the devil's hiding is some kind of illusion, because the moon and the devil is both some kind of illusion. Perhaps this is some kind of intoxication, that we are in a delusion, where maybe we're delusionary or delusional. It's as if, you know, with this intoxication and the Hangman in reverse, it's almost like we can't see it for what it is. Perhaps with the World, this is telling us when this cycle comes to an end. Like I said, we're breaking cycles. When this cycle comes to an end, we're going to see this hidden thing, this illusion for what it really is. Because the Hangman, you know, but it's going to take a while. Perhaps this is why the Page of Pentacles is in reverse. It's like, I'm impatient. I want results now. I want to see this now. You know, something like this. But it's as if it's like when the bird comes, when the trumpets they go. I wonder what's in that song. When the trumpets they go, what happens? Hold on, let's see. All right, Gemini. I heard the song, and he wrote this song looking at you. You know, he hears violins whenever you're gone. It's very sexual, you know, the trumpets. He hears trumpets every time you're turning me on. You know, he says that, you know, sexual shit, sensual. He says she reminds her of him of a Coldplay song, a Katy Perry song. Every time that you get undressed, I hear symphonies in my head. Something like this. So perhaps we do have to write a song thinking of maybe some kind of love or toxic love or whatever we're releasing. You know, whatever these cycles are, the security and what we're holding on, you know, from this. I heard betrayal. I heard this betrayal. We'll get into this strength, but let's get into the Queen of Wands in reverse. You know, this is the Empress in reverse here. Both the Empress in reverse. You know, the Empress is the mother, and here she's holding the baby. I say when it's in reverse, we're dropping the baby, and here's the ugly duckling. Like I said when we see, it's like you're the only one. It's like you're the ugly duckling in a sense, but it's the ugly duckling that it's like you have to be like this. It's like being unique in some kind of way. Perhaps we're lacking the strength. Like I said, we're uncomfortable where we're at. Perhaps we have no motivation. You see the lions, it's as if they're roaring to soar, I heard. It's almost like we're trapped in a sense. Maybe we're trapped in this devil. It's as if like we're chained, you know? And this is the trumpet, like trying to break us free from this illusion, trying to get us to hang here. You know, when the Hangman's hanging here, he's submitted. He is just hanging. He is not fighting. He is not fighting it. He's hanging here, connecting with the spirit until he figures out, you know, until he's enlightened. He sees this for what it really is. And perhaps it's telling us, you know, hang here. The end is near. This illusion or disillusion will come out. You know, we have to focus on ourselves. The Queen of Wands, she's really in reverse. She's really looking at where she's at. You know, synchronicities, looking. It's almost as if she lost her confidence. Perhaps this is why we're breaking free into this strength. You know, it's as if we lost it. Perhaps we've been working on this for a long time, you know, and here's the devil. It's as if we've been working for the devil for this time. Look, see, it's like maybe this. It's like you're done working for the devil. It's like, okay, I give up on this job. I quit. And it's like, here, you could take it back. You could take it back now. This is perhaps the message that you got. This is the cycle that we're breaking. It's like, oh, take it back, devil. I'm done. No more deals with the devil. This illusion's done. And it's like, okay, you're dropping the thing. It's like mic drop. Mic drop. Not only that, but you're dropping the creation too. It's like anything born of the devil, we're dropping it. Perhaps this baby was born of the devil, you know. Adam and Eve, this is how Cain and Abel were born, you know. First, the devil came and seduced Eve. And then Adam was like, oh, you know, the devil showed Adam what to do. This was the wisdom. He's the wisdom, right? The light. La Lucero, Lucifer, right? So he came to show Adam how to do it. Then Eve was pregnant with both the seed of the serpent and Adam's seed. This is why there was Cain and Abel. Cain was of the serpent and Abel was of, you know, they did have a third son then, Seth, which goes in, you know, but that's besides the point. The Cain and Abel, Cain did kill Abel, and Abel's blood went into the earth, and the earth cried out to God. And then I heard violins, that part, the violin part of the trumpet song. So perhaps we are, you know, no longer working for the devil. Our intuition is still chained. See, the dog is chained. Maybe the other dog got loose. He's in the Page of Cups and he has all armored up. So perhaps it is telling you to rip this devil in half, to be the fool, to take new actions, to run with this fire, your desire, and to keep on working with it. It's as if like you're getting better and better and better. We've been keep on working. Now we're at this big cup, right? This is the cup of the queen. He's creating the cup of the queen. We are mastering this, you know, with the Eight of Pentacles. This is something we've been working really hard with. Perhaps we've been working for this devil for a long time. We're a master of this. And this is telling us that to be the fool, to start this new thing. New things are coming from this. And this strength is saying, you know, strength is required, you know. With the strength, the Queen of Cups, it's as if we're required, you know, the strength is sitting in the position of the Queen of Cups, and this is her cup. It's as if we've been working so long to build our cup, to have it topped, to, you know, that, like I said in the beginning, this queen is the only one with her cup topped. We started this reading with you popping your top with this very emotional circumstance, I heard, situation, whatever this is. And this Queen of Cups with the strength behind, in front of the strength, or, you know, with the strength behind it, perhaps it is telling us to be in silence, to sit in our emotions, you know, to find strength in our heart, to find strength in forgiveness and feeling and compassion. And you see the strength in these new loving cycles where we're forgiving and loving and coming as the Queen of Cups, really with our intuition intact. It's as if we're chained to our intuition. And this is like what there must be, because again, we have another 5 with the Ace of Wands in reverse. Holy shit, y'all. We have both the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands in reverse with the Chariot. It's actually the Justice sitting in the Chariot. So yes, there's definitely need strength when it comes to emotional security and our losses. I heard, even if, and with all these babies, it's as if we need to nurture perhaps our emotional self. And these are baby mermaids. I don't know what this has to do with it, but they're not human. It's as if they're, you know, they're half fish and half babies. Maybe this is our emotional inner child, and there's 3 parts of her, and then I heard the maiden, the mother, and the crone. And perhaps this is the cycle that we're going through, you know. We're walking as the 5 of Swords. With the character from the 5 of Cups. You know, we've been through this hurt. We've been through this pain. This is a challenge and a change with the number 5. And the 5 of Swords, this is a mental thing. You know, perhaps this is why the Page of Swords is here. It's like we're coming up with a new mental plan. We're slicing all of this on the threshold of the 10 of Cups, releasing all of this negativity, all of this toxicity with the devils, and all of this, you know, lack of confidence. Is as if we're releasing it. With this, it's as if there's like, you know, one bad apple spoils the whole bunch. Perhaps this is like some bad fruit with the grapes. It's as if maybe this is telling us to take a break. You know, the Ace of Wands is this opportunities for newness when it comes to ourselves. When it comes to action and taking some kind of action. You know, we need to be brave here with the strength and have confidence. But with the Ace of Wands in reverse, it's as if it's telling us to stop, to hold up, to go within, to spiritually connect with the ugly duckling. Because it's like the ugly duckling, the shadow part that you ignore. In the 7 of Cups, this was this illusion. It's like the part of you that you ignore is the part of you that's going to get you through this. It's your strength. Or maybe it's not that you ignore it. Maybe you blocked it, or you were ridiculed for it. You know, the ugly duckling, ha ha ha. Maybe you were made fun of for it, or punished for it in a sense. And this is telling you that this is your strength to get you away from the devil. You know, to keep your cup tapped and to keep you in your emotional stability with this. So we're really going in with the Ace of Wands. That's the Ace of Cups. You know, releasing this, going within, because it's like we're going for a halt to release all these 10 wands. We go from the Ace to the 10. It's a complete cycle. Like I said, we're completing cycles, like lifetime cycles or past lifetime cycles, whatever the case may be. Well, we're coming to the Chariot. And like I said, there's this balance, and there's this just, there's this just. It's as if we're stepping into some kind of, like, we won, we defeated it. We came in as the warrior, the Chariot. He won the war. He's balanced. He's coming with all this information. It's as if he's coming as the judge, as the justice, like sharing this. Perhaps you are on stage. You know, maybe this has something to do with astrology or the stars, or, you know, you're coming for a town or speaking for a whole bunch of people, or coming as yourself speaking on some kind of just action and forward movement. You know, this is us winning. We conquered this. You know, you pulled the sword out, Arthur's sword. You were the only one. And by pulling this sword out, it's like, okay, this is the sword of truth. And by pulling this sword of truth, this one truth eliminated all of this illusion, all of this bullshit. You know, all the things we couldn't see, it just illuminated all of it. And it's like, now we can make some kind of choice, or now we see the truth for what it is. Maybe we see us for who we really are, you know, and this is this new way that we're going. And this was a very awesome reading. Remember to stay in silence. Who was it, Rumi or Ram Dass, or who was it that they stayed in silence for a whole 24 hours or a whole week, you know, not talking to anyone or anything? Or perhaps this is what's needed to connect to our intuition, to our inner fire, you know. We're no longer working for this devil. I heard I quit, and then I heard you're fired. All right, perhaps the devil does fire you because you want to do something, or you want to make a right choice. You're dropping his creation. You're going within. You're working on this. You know, you want to do the just thing and pick the right sword. You are the right one. You know, this is this new way to go. And this is an awesome reading. Very beautiful, Gemini. Happy birthday again. I hope you enjoyed this. I love you. And yes. Have a good day. Don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, love you. See you soon.